Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Lata. I'm an engineering manager at Zendesk. That's what I just mentioned. So, first of all, thank you, Women Who Code, for giving us all this opportunity to stand in front of such passionate and talented women here. I could see diversity is pretty good today. Yeah. Just to start a bit on little bit more about me. I have spent 14 plus years of experience in testing frameworks, CI/CD, best practices in a development cycle. And also a little bit more. I was started as a test automation engineer, and then currently I am working in a team which mostly focuses on engineering productivity. What about engineering productivity? How we build tools and frameworks so that developers can deliver fast, release fast. How do we all achieve together? This is all about it. And also, not to miss that, I'm mother of two wonderful kids from whom I get to learn my own life skills every day, how to be happy. Okay? Yeah. So, traditionally, how is this testing happens? Most of the times, if you see, the testing is at the right side of the development plan. Most of the times, requirements, design, development, testing. The testing effort goes way high at the end. And also, tester is responsible for quality. This is kind of a norm. So, what happens with this? At the end of the release, I keep hearing this, if you guys heard about it, let me know. Oh, why do the testing needs 2 weeks? Why can't they do it in a week? I want to release it faster. I want to go to market faster. What happens with this? Of course, quality is compromised. Okay, so there are some research shows this numbers. Anybody in the crowd has any idea about what is this percentage? 56% requirement, 27% design. Any wild guess? Yeah. Research shows that most of the software defects emerge, 56% of the software defects at requirement and 27% at design. What's happening here? Testing is at the right side of the panel, but most of the defects happens at the left. So, obviously, there is some mismatch here, right? What is the problem with this approach? There's a lot of delay. So, let me tell you a story. How does this software development life cycle happens in a typical industry, right? So, developer builds it, he takes the build and says that I'm done with my feature, comes to the tester and says that, oh, it's ready to test. Now, the tester asks, what is this feature is all about? Can you explain me? I've not involved in this whole process early in the stage. I just came to know about this testing. So, you need to explain me the feature. There is a delay. Now, the developer has to sit with you, explain the feature. Next, once the feature is understood, the next thing is build the test environment. Oh my God, it's going to take 1 more week of mine. So, this is not working, that is not working, test environment is not ready to test. Okay, there's a delay. Typically, what developers needs is to get the feedback faster. I develop something, I want to know, is there any bugs? Is there any issues in the code? They eagerly waiting for to know, but are we able to give that feedback faster? No, because there is a delay here. There's a lot of time spent on, how do I test, what feature is all about, and what causes it. And the problem is that these practices can't handle changing expectations and requirements, right? So, how much does the cost of fixing a defect? This is really mind-blowing to know that the cost of fixing a bug from development to release is exponentially increases. If you can see some researchers, if $80 to fix a defect in coding, which goes to $7,600, which is like 30x more to the company or an organization, right? It's just not about cost. What if the defect which is slipped into production, which is related to data breach or a security, that goes to millions for an organization. So some of the 21st century biggest data breach issues and how much the company spent on that, you know what I'm talking about, right? So this is big for the company or an organization. So really we need to think towards it, how to solve it. And that's about cost. Then what do businesses need? What do businesses look for? The businesses look for how fast I can deliver it to customer and how fast I can get the feedback from the customer. I change my code and again go back to the customer and give, oh, is that you wanted it, right? So the customer is not going to wait for you for a month or 2 months or a year, which is usually typical life cycle, right? 6 months, 2 months or 3 months, that's when we release. That is not going to solve you now. The market is moving really fast. We need to deliver fast to achieve our goal, right? So one of the biggest solution or something which is going to happen in the testing industry is shifting left. What does shifting left means? Shifting left is a development life cycle which focuses mostly on defect prevention rather defect detection. So we need to move to the left side of the development plan to find testing, or finding bugs. So this has to move left. That's what it says, and it says that we need to start testing throughout the life cycle and start early as possible. That's what I was concentrating in the previous slide, which I showed you. The testing is at the end, the bulb goes up at the end. Now it has to start at the beginning. And tester or a quality engineer is no more single responsibility of quality. We should own it. The team should own it. Developers should own it. Designers should own it. PM should own it. Everybody together we should own quality. So what is required for this change in an organization? First thing is a big mind shift change. So all through long we were doing this way, that testing is going to be at the end. I'm going to code it. I'm going to pass the ball to tester and say that, oh, now you find me a bug, I'll fix it later. So that's not going to solve the problem. So what we need to change in our mindset is testing throughout, over testing at the end, preventing bugs rather than finding bugs, and testing understanding over checking functionality. It's not just about your checking functionality, you should move more than that. You need to do more than that to find corner cases, find data breach issues, find security issues is very important. And building a best system over breaking a system, and team's responsibility over a tester's responsibility. Second most important key factor here for this change is automation. You need to automate early in your stages along with the developer. Developer has to start doing his test automation. This is the key. Without automation, you'll be spending most of your time manual, which you can't scale up to the mark. So let's see some of the success stories here. Of course, Google, SRE, and productivity engineering. They are the one who use these buzzwords. So with that said, right, so what Google does, it's about 4.2 million test cases they run every, which just runs very continuously, and is about 150 million test executions per day. It's not just in hundreds or thousands, it's in millions. So it's very crucial. And how do they do it? It's about moving to the left. Developer has to code it, test it, he should own or she should own it. Okay, it's not just Google, it's all other these companies which are majorly Google, Facebook, Amazon, they're all following it up, and then what they got out of it is the faster release. They could release faster, and number of releases they do per day is exponentially increased. And if this, when we are saying that tester is not going to test it, what is he going to do? The tester is going to enable testing in the team, and they're going to help and focus on A/B testing and different type of automations they can do to help release faster. Few takeaways from this: quality is just not owned by a single tester, it should be owned by the team and everyone. And testing should start early in the development cycle rather than at the end. And the key focus for this whole change is test automation. That's it. Thank you. Thank you. And if you have any questions to me, I'll be here. Just feel free to connect with me. We face a lot of challenges how to achieve this in an organization, so I'll be more happy to answer those. Oh, sorry.